So France is kicking Africans out of their own country, and today we're going to talk about where and why. My name is Ambassador Tim Ford Jr. of the African Union AUCS, and I've been living over in East Africa, Tanzania for almost 5 years now. And I help my people invest, rebuild, and return over to the continent of Africa. But today we're going to talk about France actually kicking Africans out of their own countries over in Eastern Africa. So let's go. So today we're going to be talking about Comoros and Mayotte. So these two African countries are islands over on the eastern side of Africa, closer to the Madagascar area. Now situated between northwestern Madagascar and northeastern Mozambique in the northern Mozambique Channel in the Indian Ocean off the coast of southeastern Africa. So basically, a lot of Comorians who decide to travel over to Mayotte to try and find better pastures, to try and find better opportunity, they are literally being jailed and kicked out of the country of Mayotte. So the people of Comoros are trying to go over to Mayotte in order to find opportunities. The authorities that are over Mayotte are technically calling them immigrants. And you know how they like to use the term immigrants. But we're going to talk about why they are actually calling the Comorian people immigrants real quick. So the island of Mayotte is technically one of France's offshore departments. And what an offshore department is basically a colony. So this country that's all the way on the other side of the world, 7,000 plus miles away from France, is technically one of its colonies. And they've started an operation called Operation Takeback because they claim that over in the country of Mayotte that they have so many immigrants that are coming in and shacking up in the shack towns over there and trying to do something for themselves and overtake their country in their eyes. So they want to take their country back and kick those people out of their country. And since France on paper has ownership of this particular area right now, this is considered the most remote area of the European Union. Since it's a department of France, it's technically in the Eurozone. So France has been able to send its military over to this island to implement these rules and kick these Africans off of its own island. It's crazy. Lately, thousands have been over on the island of Comoros marching and protesting and speaking and sounding the alarm and saying, the island of Mayotte is its own independent island. Why are we still allowing the French to run and rule over this island? Why are we listening to what they have to say and governing us as a people? They are literally protesting this as we speak and standing up and trying to figure out, why are we still governing ourselves under the rules of what they have put in place? French authorities have literally been over there expelling and documenting Comorians out of Mayotte. And the Comorians responded and said, we're not accepting them back into our island. They're free to go over there. Who are you to stop our people from going into that island? Who are y'all? Mayotte is its own sovereign territory. So why are you guys over there messing with things right now and bothering us with what we have going on as a people? And they're basically the same people. They were literally separated during colonialism and independence. They were literally separated from each other illegally. Now, the French people say the people of Mayotte at one point voted and decided to stay a part of France. But officially, the truth is, all of those countries and islands over there voted for independence away from the French. They all came together globally and said, you know what? We are done with this. Let's get our independence. Let's fight. Let's vote. Let's come together and sound the alarm and use our voices to say that we want out. We don't want to be a colony of the French anymore. But the French, using that the people said that they wanted to stay a part of France, they used that as an advantage to try and keep them within their colony to still be able to take advantage of the resources and the people over in their land. So they basically wanted to continue the colonialization that was already going on within the area. They didn't want to let up. They didn't want to say, you know what, okay, y'all can have this too. They wanted to still keep a piece of the pie so that they can still get the resources from what's going on from that island over there. Because if you think about it, if you really take a second to think about it, how are African people that's going from one island to the next island over in Africa being persecuted because it's a French colony? How is it even a French colony in 2025? How do you have a so-called colony that's 7,000 miles away from your homeland? How does that even make sense? How are you over in someone else's land governing and kicking people out that are native to that particular area? Please make it make sense. They literally have military personnel over in these people country, kicking out people who are trying to move to a better place, move within their continent with their people to try and elevate themselves. Like this is crazy. These people are literally still trying to keep colonialization in place. This is neo-colonialism. They're trying to force us to stay under what they have, force us to think that we need to be where they want us to be, force us to stay under their foot. But it's time for us to really step up as a people. We are waking up and they are tired of it and they are scared of it, but they cannot stop us. And in 1975, believe it or not, the UN literally asked the French to liberate Mayotte and let it go with its people and connect with its islands and gain its independence and be liberated and actually stand up for itself. They literally refused it in 1975. What? Now that would have been one African country. They would have came in the name of peace and took over that country and overthrew the leader and messed everything up in order to do what the UN said. So this is a slap in the face that we keep receiving from the world government, from the people that's so-called in the top. It's mind-blowing that they are even allowed to stay over there if they were giving orders from the United Nations, who's supposed to be running everything, supposed to be the head people in charge. If they denied what they said, what does that say for the rest of what the United Nations has to say? Why aren't they holding the French accountable to what they told them to do in 1975? What you mean you asked? Tell them, how are you still claiming territory over something that you are 7,000 miles away from? How is that even possible? How is that even something that we're discussing right now? 7,000 miles away from something, and you think you have rule to say what goes on over that? They're still trying to make people pay for African countries standing up. The French are upset. They're very angry that their rain is falling. They're very angry that they are not able to still take advantage of our people during these times. So every chance that they get, they are going to continue to be petty. They are going to continue to try and kick our people out. They are going to continue to try and use their strong hand that they think they have in order to inflict pain. But our people are still going to press forward because it's our time for that. Our people are still going to push through to the mission. It's come to fruition because that's what we're supposed to be doing during these times. The time has come to end neo-colonialism or any form of it that's trying to rear its ugly head up during this time. Our people are waking up. Our people are not continuing to be subjugated to what the Western powers have put in place during our time before we even came into life. We've been fighting, our ancestors have been fighting for decades in order for us to come together as a people and liberate ourselves independently. So it's time for us to step up. It's time for us to stay strong against the French. Wherever we put our foot, wherever we move, they're going to continue to try and stop us, but it's not going to be successful. Long as we continue to press forward, long as we continue to sound these alarms and shine a light on what's going on and be beacons of light and hope for our people that's standing up during these times. They're not going to continue to keep their foot on our people's necks and steal our resources from our lands and islands and force us to go along with what they think should be going on. It's a new time. It's a new era. It's a new day. We as a people are stepping up and taking advantage of this time and using our intellectual ability, using our strength and using our strength in numbers to step up and say, you know what? That's it. It's time for us to step up. We're governing ourselves now. So shout out to the people of the Comoros that's protesting, that's letting the French know that no, that is our island. Our people are going to go over there, and pretty soon I'm sure they're going to be getting kicked out of over there too, because why not? Everything else that they have going on is falling down. So I'm sure at some point, very, very soon, mark my words, they're going to be losing that as their territory. Mark my words. I mean, you literally 7,000 miles away. Like, bro, go mind your business. Go mind your business. And if that's literally your territory, why isn't the island of Mayotte developed the same way that Paris is? Why isn't it developed the same way as the country if it's yours? What's the purpose of you holding on to it if you're not even developing it? What's the point? Just give it back to the people. Let them do what they need to do with it. Let them develop it. If you ain't going to do nothing with it anyway, if you just going to steal the resources and not develop it, just let it go. Just let it go. Since we're here, got to show y'all some of the products real quick.
This are not your body, baby. Not
Yeah. Natural product. Yeah. Yeah. Say, yeah. Come closer. Come. Busy Beachy. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about this situation. How y'all think this is going to play out? Do y'all think they're going to get their island back at some point and get independence and get the French out of their island? Or do y'all think the French are going to stay over there and still think that they're bullies? Comment and let me know what you think in the comment box. And also, let me know where you tuning in from. I love to see where the diaspora, where my people are watching us from and how we're connecting and where we all at while we're doing this thing. And if you're new here, make sure you stay tuned to the content. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you keep coming back because I'm going to continue to give you guys updated news about what's going on over here on the continent and a lot about our history that has went on over here on the continent of Africa. Okay, so make sure you guys stay tuned with us and keep coming back as we keep bringing this fire content. Okay, and if you're thinking about coming over to the continent of Africa, I have a free course and a free document that gives you everything you need to know in order to have a smooth foundation so that when you decide to come over here, you know exactly what to do and you have the perfect vision to move accordingly. And if you want either of those free resources, make sure you click the link in the description box and get signed up, okay? And also, if you're thinking about coming over to the continent of Africa, I offer consultations and I will help you make a smooth transition if that's what you want to do. And we offer Swahili courses as well. So if you want to figure out how to get over here, click the link in the description box and take advantage of that, okay? Now, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I don't take it for granted that you stay tuned to the end. I hope this was able to bring you some value, and I hope you understand that we are waking up as a people. In the French, your time is up. All right, your time is up, man. It was nice knowing you. It was nice seeing you, but it's time for you to just take your L and go and tuck your tail. All right, it's time. It's time. All right. So people, let's keep standing up. Let's keep being bold. Let's keep taking these risks. And let's keep showing our people what's possible. All right. Y'all make sure y'all keep the shalom peace and don't let these people stop you. Shalom.